What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counter Punch Boxing News, and I got some new news for you concerning the upcoming fight between Sergey Kovalev and Elieder Alvarez. And these guys, this is going to be a good fight. Kovalev is only the two losses to Andre Ward. He's still trying to stay into the game, trying to stay relevant, taking on the hard hitting, fast combination puncher, Alvarez. Alvarez has been looking for a fight for a while. Let's look at the keys in the victory. This is the official fight study, and prediction because, I didn't do a fight study, but got these guys earlier. I was busy doing other things. So we're going to cover it now, do it all, 2-1, right? So let's look at Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev, he's the hardest of the punchers. He's the crusher. Has good combination punchers. He has to keep you at a certain range for his punches to be dangerous. Okay, if you can get on the inside, you can turn that fight around. But if he can keep you at a certain distance, he will destroy you. He will crush you. He's not an inside fighter, so he has to keep you at a distance, obviously so, because he wants, his punches to be relevant. But against Alvarez, Alvarez is the kind of guy that likes to fight inside. So he's going to have to fight himself inside. These guys are the same height, same reach. So it's not like a shorter fighter against a longer fighter. It's the question about this fight is, can Sergey keep Alvarez back? Because if he can't, it's going to be a long night for him. Because Alvarez is a guy that has never been beaten. He's 24-0, 11 KOs. He doesn't have a high knockout percentage. He's not regarded as a powerful puncher, but he's not a pillow puncher either. Neither was Andre Ward, right? But Andre Ward, is TKO'd Kovalev, made Kovalev stop fighting, right? So if he can get in and work the body, because I think his best punch is his right hand. I think it's the right uppercut to the head or to the body. That body uppercut is vicious. So is the uppercut to the head. And if he can get inside on Kovalev, that could be problems for Kovalev because Kovalev does not like body punches, and I think that's one of his weakest links is his body. A slender guy like that likes to punch. Alvarez is coming to fight, and he likes to fight inside. So this is gonna be a fight of who imposes their game plan. Basically, can Alvarez stay inside and land those combinations because he's a quick combination fighter. He likes, that's what I always liked about Alvarez when he fought. And he fought some of the best. He stopped Butte. He already beat Chelemba, and I'm going to get to Chelemba later because he's on the undercard. He's took out a lot of guys. He's been after Stevenson, and Stevenson ducked him. He wanted to, pay him some step-aside money to fight Badu Jack, and then he still hasn't received the money, so he's still looking for it. So, yeah, that was an official duck. But Kovalev, back to him, again, he's trying to stay relevant. And I feel that he owes it to himself. But I think that, honestly, I'm looking for Alvarez to beat Kovalev, because, I think, you can only go to the bat so many times in this sport. You can ask Pacquiao, you can ask Sugar Shane, you can ask Roy Jones, you can ask Oscar De La Hoya, you can ask Fernando Vargas, you can ask many, 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 many people. Barrera, Corrales. You can ask many people. Corrales was still playing, was still fighting at the time. But, you have so many times to go get in that ring against undefeated fighters like this, and still be successful in beating them. Not saying Kovalev can't win, because Kovalev has the power. He's the crusher, and he looked good in his last couple fights. But coming with a guy against Alvarez, this is a step up for Alvarez too. So a lot of questions will be answered, and Kovalev has a subject chin, especially when he gets tired. I think his main problem is fatigue. I think he punched himself out in the Ward fight, and he didn't pace himself, and he tried to do too much too early, too soon. So that's what got him tired. So the next half of that fight was, devastating for him, and that's when Ward started to really come on. The question is, can Alvarez do that? Can he, make Kovalev outwork himself, get him fatigued? Because I don't see him really knocking him out until he gets him fatigued. You know what I mean? I think, fatigue makes cowards of men. I said it again, and that's a true statement. If you're pissy tired, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You can't even, you're so tired, you can't even throw a punch. It's not taking a punch. You can't even, you're too tired to punch, you know? So it's going to be a good fight, And then on top of that, on the undercard, Chelemba and Dmitry Bivol, these guys are going to fight. Now, Bivol, that guy is the truth. That guy I see is going to be the next Gennady Golovkin. You know what I mean? Because he has everything. He has the total package: speed, skill, power, technique, ring IQ. The guy is bad. I mean, he can do a lot of things. And what's going to come down to it, if Kovalev has enough in the tank to take care of Alvarez, it will be Kovalev and Bivol. Chelemba, though, is no one to sleep on. So I got to, mention Chelemba. Chelemba went 12 rounds with Kovalev. So, and then with his awkward style, let's see how Bivol handles that. If he handles Chelemba pretty easy, whoever wins out of Alvarez and Kovalev have to see Dmitry Bivol. Because, I look at all these fights, from heavyweight to light heavyweight. I look at it as a tournament, man, because these guys, if it's the next fight after that fight, it eventually has to happen, and Bivol and Alvarez have to fight, two undefeated fighters, and I think I would like to see that fight because, how Bivol did Sullivan Barrera was very classic, and he did it aggressively, and he changed up speeds, you know what I mean? He did it progressively. He didn't do it all at once. He did it gradually, right? So, he made a believer out of me. That showed me that he was the truth, because Barrera is above average fighter, from that Cuban pedigree, and what he did to him, the speed, the skill. He made, he didn't make him say no mas, but he took him on out, and it was a good fight. But Bivol is the truth, and I think he will lead the light heavyweight division, but he has to fight guys like Kovalev, like Alvarez, to make this fight happen. I don't want to make this about Bivol, but these guys as a whole have to fight each other. And it's interesting that it's on the same card, because these guys, Alvarez has beat Chelemba, so is Kovalev. So, Chelemba is a nice test for Bivol. But after he gets past that test, it's time for those guys, whichever guy, to rumble. But I think I would love to see two new fighters, fresh fighters, Bivol and Alvarez, go at it. You know what I mean? And Alvarez is not a young guy, but still, all in all, he's the new kid on the block in retrospect. And I hope he can do what Tyson Fury did to Klitschko back in the day. Upset the older warrior, because I mean that's the gradual sway of things. Because it's the good older warrior versus the newer warrior. And depending on how good Kovalev still is, how much does he have left? So we just have to see. But I'm looking for Alvarez to take him out. I could be wrong. We all are. You guys tell me what you think about these two bouts. Please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.